All right, let's do this third and final video to end the month and well, start a new month, I guess. Let's look at a broad range of stocks. I call it the A to Z. There's a few other miscellaneous names I'm going to try and remember to highlight. Okay, let's do this. So, Alcoa, look at that. Wow, really? 7% up for the month. That's impressive. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 months straight up. That's impressive, actually. Most impressive is the fact that we actually took out that high. We actually printed 68.29. We settled below it, but still, that's it's kind of a bullish hammer candle. Nothing bearish there. That's it's impressive. So there was a story this week that some of the Middle Eastern smelters have been hit. So competition literally destroyed. Moving on, Airbnb multi-week chop, multi-month chop, multi-year chop, down 6.5%. There's nothing good there. Archer Aviation down 27%. Main market pressure. I mean, look at it. This was 1462, 517. I like the company for the long term, but again, if you're bearish the main market, what's this going to come down to? Free? $3? I mean, that looks realistic. Yeah, $3 in April. Possible. American Eagle, horrific. 32%. It's just also below the 10 MA. Next support is around 9. Momentum. Look at this. Momentum hasn't even turned negative yet. So when it, ironically, when it does, you should get even more downside. I mean, yeah, $9. Wow. AMD, actually up for the month, 1.6%. Did hold above the 10 MA. That's somewhat impressive relative to the main market. I mean, I will say monthly momentum is still weakening though. It should stay positive until at least May 1st. The Baba down 12.8%. Momentum is due to turn negative, will turn negative at the April 1st open. Bearish Alibaba, bearish China. Bank of America, third month lower, down 1.6%. Under the 10 MA. February's bearish engulfing candle played out. Bearish to the 42s. Momentum settled, actually, yeah, settled fractionally negative. Bearish for April. BlackRock down 9%. Again, a little bit of a bounce into the end of the month because of the main market, but that's absolutely bullish, bearish. Basic target is lower Bollinger 856. Momentum turned negative in February. From BlackRock to Blackstone. I mean, up 1.4%, but look, that's a lower high, a lower low. And actually, this is quite profound. We actually have a second monthly settlement below the 50-month, which we didn't do last April. Look at all these prints above it. Even at the COVID low, we held above the 50 monthly moving average. This is actually way more bearish than what it looks. I think Stock Charts Computer has a target of 85. I would kind of be more inclined to see the December 64s from 2022. Look at the volume. Massive volume. Not quite as high as there, but still. Nothing bullish. Bearish BlackRock and Blackstone. Kamiko, down 8.3%. Momentum started to tick down. Carnival, down 18% for the month. Momentum is going to turn negative at the Wednesday, April 1st open. Look at the volume, 704 million, which is the highest since mid-2023. And the February candle is spiky. Look at all these spiky candles. Bearish. The ship is going under. Cleveland Cliffs, down 20.7%. Horrible. Momentum will turn negative in April. Nothing good there. CNX, down 7.7%. it is still a higher high and higher low. Momentum is marginally positive. Deckers down 14.6%. Back under the 10 MA. Target is 78. Momentum remains negative. ET, near strike high 1985. Nothing bearish there. Ford down 18.1%. Below the 10 MA. Soft target is $10. Momentum is rolling over. It should turn negative in either April or May. Freeport down 13.7%. You know, it's trying to bounce, but it's not great, right? Momentum started to roll over. Bearish with copper. GE Aerospace. Pretty ugly candle. It's technically not. Well, actually, it is bearish engulfing. Yeah, because it cleared the body of the last candle, and it is a close under the 10 MA, which we haven't seen since. Well, you can even argue about here. Momentum. Look, actually, that's very bearish. Momentum will turn sustainably negative as of April the 1st. Bearish GE. Google. February candle was bearish engulfing. That played out. We're still midterm bullish, but I can't see the 10 MA holding at 267. Momentum is weakening, prone to turning negative in May. Intel. Three candles, all spiky on the upper side, down 3.2%. I do lean short-term bullish to, I mean, it's in the 44s, so, you know, a lot of resistance 45s. And my target on the downside is like, oh, hell, let's just go back to the daily. And I wasn't going to do this, but yeah, target is this red gap from September 28s to 24s. So short-term bullish, I would note the 50-day 46.25. So maybe we can print that in a day or two or early next week and then roll over again. Take out the 200 and then floor and red gap. Let's go back to the monthly charts. So yeah, bearish Intel. Joby down 17.9%. Horrible. You gotta think $5 probably. KB Homes down 18.6%. All sorts of problems in the housing market. Bearish. Momentum remains negative. Not good. KKR. Oh. Up 5.5% on the month, but again, it's not pretty, right? It's more of a minor retrace bounce pressured by the main market. I lean bearish. I am not short, but I would like to reshort. Probably next week. The higher the better. I mean, if they're stupid enough to drive us back to 100, great. My target is 60, by the way. Volume is very high. Momentum still zero sign of a turn. Kinder Morgan, near strike high 34.73. It is a black candle, which is kind of interesting. You don't often see them on monthly charts. Momentum is still increasingly positive though, so nothing bearish there. Again, look at the structure. Big bullish pennant, which played out. Lithium America is down 21.9%. The problem is the main market. It's not great. Lockheed Martin, new historic high 692, but that is a bearish engulfing candle. That's a very bearish candle. So yeah, down 7.7% for the month. You gotta wonder. Maybe come back to test the 10 MA at least, 530 maybe in April. It's cyclically on a lie, and of course the problem is the main market. The main market is what's dragging this back down. Cheniere Energy, new historic high, up 20.4%. It's very impressive, considering that gas prices are actually sub $3 right now. But yeah, look at this, 185, 283, bullish. Las Vegas Sands, multi-decade chop. Meta platforms, what a shame. What a shame. Zuckerberg's down 11.7%. Oh, I'm so sad for him. Volume picked up a little bit, but it's not that high. Stock is broken. I would note the April low, 478. What a shame. A Mosaic down 7.6%. Look at the volume there. Of course, a lot of concern about fertilizer supply, as there should be. The ultimate concern should be the global food supply, but nobody wants to talk about that. Moving on. MP Materials down 18%. Again, look at that. Isn't that interesting? We had a black candle on the monthly, which is a rare thing, and we now have a failed spike from the price threshold. Uh, it's a bearish engulfing candle for March, and we're well under the 10 MA. So basic target is $30. Bearish MP. Morgan Stanley down 1.2%. You know, it held a 10 MA, but February's bearish engulfing candle did play out. Lower high, lower low. I would be bearish to at least 138. Momentum is prone to turn. Momentum should turn negative even in April or May. Bearish the financials. Micron, near historic high, 471, but a massive, monstrous downside reversal. Look at how these candles are spiky. The sellers came in January and February and March, down 18% for the month, 337. Basic target is for 10 MA, which will be around 250 in April, as of April. Momentum has started to roll down. And and be quite clear, if the 10 MA doesn't hold, next target would be 125. Netflix, down 9 cents, holding up to the main market. You know, chop, chop, chop. Uh, Momentum is trying to level out, but the problem is going to be the main market. If the main market resumes lower, then Netflix will get at least restrained to some degree. Occidental, 23%. One of the best performing energy stocks out there right now. Again, massive, monstrous, multi-decade resistance around here. If this goes above 73, I would look for 100. For now, though, it's still broad chop. I would note that the momentum turned positive in February. So there was your buy signal in February. And that played out rather well, right? Look at the volume. So the volume's coming in, momentum's increasingly positive. I mean, there's a pretty good chance it could clear 73. If it does, if you see any price action above 73, it's very bullish. Pfizer up a little bit. I don't like it, don't care. Palantir, net high for the month by 6.6%, but that's a spiky candle from the 10 MA. Can't I can't take that seriously. Uh, I think target of 100 still looks relatively straightforward. Momentum settled April negative, bearish for April. Yeah, I think I should have said bearish for March, but yeah, bearish into April. It's late here. It's almost 2 a.m. PayPal, multi-year zombie stock. Nothing good there. Transocean up a little bit, but doesn't make any money. No thanks. The Rocket Lab. Second month lower. This month's candle was spiky from the 10 of May, down 7.1%. I don't expect the 56s to hold. In fact, I'm looking for at least down to 40 in April or May. Big volume. Again, I'm very long-term bullish all the space stocks, especially Rocket Lab, and of course, SpaceX itself will be listing soon. Perhaps in June, but they might delay it. If the market gets the market gets smashed in April or May, then they might delay the IPO until late in the summer. Schwab down 1.3%, 93.98. And that reminds me, two stocks I want to highlight for somebody else. First one is SoFi. I'm not a fan. Yeah, look at this, down 10.6%. There's nothing good there, right? Fourth month down under the 10 of May, 1588. I mean, really, if you assume the S&P is going to get smashed, we're looking at least the mid 11s. Probably, I'd keep in mind the April low, 860. I mean, look, momentum has turned negative, and yeah, it doesn't have that many months behind it, but still, it's not great. And the other one is Robin Hood. Similar, well, sort of. Uh, Fifth month down, already challenged the February high of 25. It's not great, right? Momentum has also turned negative. Bearish both of those. Moving on from Schwab. Schlumberger up 5 cents. Nothing much there really. It's definitely laggy to Occidental. Don't know why. SMR, another month of horror, down another 15.5% to 1084. What are we looking at here? Sixes or fives maybe? Probably. Target 6.5%, fourth month up. It's an impressive run. Target and Walmart and Costco have been catching a defensive bid recently. Volume's up a little bit. You can see the buyers are coming in looking for safety. Nothing bearish. I mean, it's definitely short midterm bullish. And I can understand people having a stop from either 83, 82. For Tesla, the third consecutive monthly decline under the 10 of May. It's not great, right? Down 7.6%. Where's the next support? I mean, you could say 300, 276, 273. Momentum, there it is. There it is. Momentum is going to turn negative as of April the 1st. That ain't a good thing. That's a bad thing. Yeah. Bearish Tesla. Their valuation is ludicrous. They're not making any money. The consumer's broke. Bearish. TSM down 9.5%. Still midterm bullish, but I can't see the 10 MA holding. Again, huge issues with helium. No helium, no semiconductors. That's a real problem. Momentum has rolled over, but should stay positive until at least June. Moving on. Take two. Again, I'm concerned that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be woke. Not great. Bearish. United Airlines. So despite a big ramp on Tuesday into end month of like 7-8%, still down for the month by 13.4%. February's spiky candle played out, closing out of a 10 MA. I think basic target is $70, but short term, I think this could go up to maybe, 97, 98 again, which is ironically, where I went short a week ago. So yeah, it's again, you got to think fuel shortages, uh, problems in UK and Europe in terms of fuel, especially, and maybe travel restrictions. Yeah, we could be going back to that kind of thing again. Bearish the airlines, but again, short term bullish, if at least for another day or two. Uber, 6 months down, bearish. Uranium Energy just down with the rest of the market. UPS down 15.2%. Horrible. Back under trend, so it was a failed breakout. We're already at 98s. Next support really isn't until 79s. Big volume here. Momentum's rolled over again. Again, this is the main market is the problem. Nothing wrong with UPS, but yep. Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be bought out clearly by Paramount. How many others we got left to go? Two. Wells Fargo, a third month lower, bearish to financials. Nothing good there. Momentum has turned negative, bearish. And finally, Exxon. New strike high. Impressive. Yeah. Okay, since I can do whatever the hell I want to do, what should we cover? I want to cover oil just briefly. Don't care about the weekly charts. Let's just go find a monthly chart. Yeah, look at this. So, as it is, oil settled the month at. Why is it doing that? It's annoying. Anyway, oil settled the month at 101.56. This chart needs to be something odd about it. Anyway, look, I don't care whether it's above or below 100. It doesn't matter. Momentum turned positive in February. It's accelerated upwards. The April candle's clearly going to be up here. May candle's probably going to be up here off the chart. Look, I've been talking about this for a couple of years, and here we did it. I've had 8 green exits since this in oil. I'm looking to get back on the oil train. I might even do it tomorrow. If oil's down on Wednesday, I might get involved. But anyway, powerful month. Oil's 101. I absolutely think 126 is going to be taken out. And more broadly, come on, where's the other one? Yep. More broadly, the July 2008 high of 147.27. I think this has got to be taken out. Might not happen until May or June. I don't know. But people seem very it's very bizarre how people are very complacent about this. It's like, look at this, there's the floor, there's your decline, and off we go. Yeah, I think we're going to take out 126s probably in April. That assumes a land invasion. And then you think, okay, if you get a land invasion, we can go straight to 147, which is going to be a very, very bad thing for the global economy. Everyone's going to be impacted. Everyone. Anything else? Um, no, we'll end on that note. Oil, of course, oil in the war is the ultimate problem right now. This is not good. Anyway, I wish you a good April. It's one thing is for certain, right? It ain't gonna be boring, is it? I mean, today's price action into the end of the month was pretty wild, with most indexes up 3%. You gotta think, okay, maybe we'll get a cooling wave on Wednesday or Thursday, but probably gonna be net higher into next week. That assumes, of course, that nothing happens over the Easter weekend. And I see people out there talking about, oh yeah, Trump's gonna go attack on Good Friday. I'm like, really? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so though. I'm guessing no, in which case I don't really want to have any positions across the long weekend. I really don't. I might change my mind if something occurs to me and my intuition says otherwise. I might get involved, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to be flat across the holiday weekend. Anyway, one day at a time, one month at a time. Have a good April.